Does it make so-called awakening more likely if there are certain things practiced, like being intimate with feelings or being aware? It just doesn't work like that, Sebastian. You're wanting to negotiate with awakening. You're saying, if I do these things, will I get there? If I invest my energy, then will I get to this place? Just forget about the destination. This is about remembering what's actually happening. You don't even know what liberation is, but yet your mind now is fixated on this idea of liberation. What is liberation, Sebastian? Now, how am I going to get there, Mr. Holmes? There's lots of teachers out there that will tell you very directly how to get there, but this is just a new con. I suggest to people when speaking to them live to feel their feelings, but it's a really live thing, you know, and then if they're not, then sometimes I say don't do that. But see how your mind is hooking onto that. What your mind should hook on to is an exploration of what's happening now. Now. This is what's always been here. And the person's always been like, yes, but what about in 2 years' time? Will I be enlightened from what I do now? That's never going to work. Who are you trying to bargain with? Your freedom is always in the instant. Always. But if I'm speaking with you and I experience somebody that's trying to use non-duality to deny emotions, then I'll point you into the body. Or if I can feel that you're not being honest, then I'll point you into the body. But you don't even know what that means, Sebastian. You say, I just want to be free from the apparent me. Do you? Come on. Where's the honesty, Sebastian? You don't know what that means. That's really ethereal and existential. What do you really want, Sebastian? Freedom. Right in this moment, go into your body, feel everything that's going on and what do you want in this moment? What would you like? Really, honestly, truly. And see if you can go deeper with any answer that you give. Well, he's not writing anything back, but I'm going to go on to suggest that maybe, Sebastian, what you want is just to... Oh, he's writing back. There is just silence. Yeah, ultimately there is just silence. But often what the person wants is just not to feel uncomfortable now. I just don't want to feel uncomfortable now. It's not actually interested in the future or the past. It just, when it feels uncomfortable, it doesn't want to. It wants to feel more comfortable. And if you really get down to it, you don't care about enlightenment. What you care about is not feeling uncomfortable now. And the reason that you care about making sure you're not uncomfortable in the future is only to relax you now. It's only about what's happening now. This is the only time you're interested in. You elaborate on stories in time in order to feel better now. So, if it's this moment that you want to be better, obviously you've got to explore What's the actual discomfort in this moment? And just keep being honest to yourself. I don't like my life. I don't like my life. I don't like sitting here. I don't want to sit here. Rather than put it in the positive of I want to become enlightenment, because it's like that's already a lie. Look what's underneath. Look what the thought processes are underneath. Explore it. Be totally honest with yourself. And then you'll begin to see it changes. It's in the lies that the game carries on. So your lie, Sebastian, is I want to become enlightened. And how do I do that? Do I do it by feeling or practicing? Actually, now you're feeling confused, so you're looking for some clarification. So clarification isn't going to help. Just be honest, I feel confused. You know, often we put it in the positive because of grandeur, because it makes us feel better about ourselves, like we feel higher. I want to become awakened. That's so much more proud to say that than to say I feel uncomfortable now and I don't know how to not feel uncomfortable. That's so genuine and honest and beautiful. This shows real strength. To really go down into the heart of the matter. Such vulnerability. I want to become enlightened is like an arrogance. Always being genuine. If you guide me, there is nothing wrong with me now, with the now. But when I'm alone, the mind becomes so painful. But forget about that. This is what's important. See that you're thinking, when I'm alone, the mind becomes so painful, because there's fear now. Forget about time. Time has been your distraction. This is the freedom. Go into the feeling in the body that's afraid of the future. So, he says, the mind can't accept the freedom. Problems, problems, problems. Go into the body. So what? The mind can't accept the freedom. So the mind's going, it's okay. It's okay. I know I sound so harsh, but the mind always comes with things to do, this and that, and avoids this and that. Yeah? So just sit. Let the mind go. It's okay. You're okay. Your nature is the whole universe. And this is infinite. There's no hurry. Just let the mind go crazy. It's okay. Just let it say all it says. This is wrong, this is wrong. This is right, this is right. I want this. Just let it be. I know I sound so harsh. I was listening to, I think I told you this last time, I was listening to some women speakers recently. Just because there was so few women speakers or so few that I knew about, and maybe because I was attracted to the no I message, there was so few women speaking then. And so I've been watching female speakers and they're so kind. All the women speakers are so gentle. They're like da 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 da. Not all of them, but the ones that I've been watching, and speak in such a sweet voice. And when they say everything, is very kind and sweet, and I'm so abrasive. I'm like, forget it! I mind myself sometimes of the grumpy Yuji Krishnamurti, the one that's just like, shut up! Not all the time grumpy. Like, I take it with humour, but I just find I get more and more to the point. And it just comes up with everything. It's always trying to get you in a story. Yes, but help me. Always trying. And I don't mean to be mean, because I know what it's like when you suffer and it's just so hardcore. And you just want like a kind hand or a loving hand. Look, just for part of the talk, I'll give you a loving hug. There's my loving hug. I do love you. I know. But sometimes it's like rip the plaster off fast. Like, yeah. Okay.